What is up? Good morning, all my Sat Farm, Sat family, Sat friends, and newcomers. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of the updated growth on our garden. Right now you're looking at our strawberries, a good variety of strawberries. Sat here in some soil that I made of our native sandy loam. Also some manure and some chicken fertilizer that I've been making. What I got going right here, this is my live tea right here. Man, this tea is made up of a couple things. It's a very cheap option. This is all I'm feeding my garden this year. I'm done with spending money on stuff that's just has a pretty packaging, but really you don't know what's in it. So what do I have in this tea? As you can see, there's a banana floating in there. I'll throw all my banana peelings in there and let them soak. That gives it great potassium. And what else I have in there? I got chicken manure. I got bone meal, blood meal, bat guano, a little bit of earthworm casting, a little bit of molasses so that the bacteria and the microbes, they can feed off that. I got a little bit of just compost and then a little bit of just natural earth, soil, dirt, sand, so you get those natural microbes. And then I just let it brew. I let it brew for about 3 to 4 days, and show you guys that I got the wrong lens on today, but you can see I got me a little mesh bag that I put all that stuff in. I got this from Walmart, little mesh bag, and just let that brew with a little air stone in it, and my plants, they take off. I've been doing this since back in the marijuana days. I used to grow my cannabis, and now I use it for my vegetables, and they love it. Give you guys a view. So my herbs, those cilantros, basils, mints, parsleys, bell peppers, all kinds of bell peppers, and these had just been planted within the last week, so they're not even fully established. They're getting there though. And this next row, this is what I got. We got our artichokes, which are doing very, very good. Next row is our celery, only three plants to that, which had eventually gotten ate by my chickens that broke out, but they're doing good. They're thriving again. Let's zoom in on that. They're doing really good. Then we got our cauliflower, not just regular cauliflower. There's some new kind of cauliflower. Let me see, I can't remember what that is, but it's some new kind of cauliflower. It's a very unique style cauliflower. They're doing really well. Then what do we have next? More cauliflower. Our broccoli is doing really well. They're starting to pop heads, and I am honestly going to have to start putting some, I'm going to come up with some little home remedy and spray, because it's starting to get warm, and I've been seeing those butterflies, which we all know those butterflies. What do? They lay their larvae, caterpillars, and the caterpillars love to eat those leafy greens and those winter greens, so we got to protect those. But here goes some more cauliflower growing back there. Sorry for the unsturdiness, but cauliflower heads are on there. They're taking form. And then we got our kale doing wonderful. And back there we got our cabbage. So I kind of, put them a little tight, but cabbage, if you know cabbage, they'll be all right. This soil, and like I said, this soil, I've been working on this soil for 2 years. Our soil, let me show you what it is. This is what our soil looks like, right? Sand. It's just complete sand, right? That's wet sand, so that's why it's not white, but usually it's white when it's dried out. And bare minimum on any kind of nutrients being in there, because the sand doesn't really hold. So I've been working on this whole plot right here for 2 years. And what have I been doing with it? Manure, fertilizer, and mulch. Down here, not so much. We just do the holes every year for our tomato plants that I just put in. But underneath all this mulch that you see, and underneath the weed barriers right there, I've been doing mulch every year, second 2.5 years, and mixing in fertilizer. You know, I have a guy in Bixby, 3B Cattle, shout out to them. Last year they gave us a bunch of exotic mulch. You know, what are those, Highland cows, and they had the Highland cows, camels, some kind of goats, a bunch of exotic animals that he had. He was giving away, and I want to say thank you, because this year, look at, doing really well. And that's off nothing other than sandy loam mixed in with mulch and manures. And in my teas, this is what all I'm feeding is teas. Is that? It's teas, water, teas, water, teas, water, and it's looking good. Up there, collard greens, which are doing really good. And these are just red dirt vegetables right here, but those are purple cauliflower coming in. And what you see popping out the ground, those are potatoes. I got potatoes under all that stuff. Under all that, but it's starting to finally pop. Show you guys. It's starting to finally pop up, and they're taking off. See how they popping out through the mulch? And all this is weed barrier. And I was telling myself, what am I gonna do next year? Well, all I'm gonna do is, once this starts breaking down, all this soil starts breaking down, I'm just going to flip the weed barriers over and put the broken down mulch and soil back into the ground, and continue to do it every year. Up here, more peppers, jalapenos, habaneros. Then we got some Swiss chards, and then we got our edamame. Edamame, it's my first year ever growing now. So those are edamame plants. We're gonna see how they do, how they fare. Then we got our flowers. We got our flowers doing good. Just the flowers, you know, marigolds, some other kind of flower. Marigolds are good, kind of help with the pest control, which that's what they say. So, you know, and I like the way they look anyway. Then up here we have our peas and beans, which I feel like are just now finally establishing and doing good, along with some more cabbages inside here. The zucchinis are doing really well. Got those inside of pots. Holes on the bottom, on the sides. Yellow squash. And then I just put these eggplants in yesterday, so they're not established yet. And I'm hoping they get some kind of establishment before this rain, so they don't take too much of a beating. But and you got Zeus and Luna over there. And up there, we moved our chickens to their new area, and they like it up there. And let's go. My grass is established. Finally broke through the topsoil. And now we're just working on getting the rest of it established so our hill doesn't erode. When I bought this property, the previous owner was trying to do some ground clearing, I believe, which he messed up the established weeds and grass, whatever it was, and so the first year it just eroded. I mean, so much sand came down. This whole section was a trench of erosion, and we got it filled in with soil, bark, and bricks and everything, and I finally got grass to start growing back. And then this year, you can tell he pulled off a slab of cement when he owned the property, and it was buried, but it was so ugly. You could see a huge chunk of cement, which I didn't realize was that big. But yeah, I got it pulled out with a mini excavator, and it left a huge crater, but we filled it in, and now I got grass growing on it. And it's our veggie table. Whole bunch of sunflowers. I need to go ahead and plant down the fence line, and we got some more cucumbers and whatnot. But then, bam, there's our second property that I've been slowly working on and clearing. And there's my pond that I've been digging. Just got to do a little bit more shaping to it and cleaning up some of the tree roots. Fire pit, burn pile, finally almost down to nothing. Look at the squirrel back there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get me some squirrel stew here soon. Y'all think I'm playing? Oh, there's that piece of concrete back there. I don't know if you guys can see that way back there. That huge chunk of concrete is what I brought out of that hill I was just talking about. And another burn pile. And yeah.